Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and this is another StarCraft 2 England cast. Now today guys I've got a ladder game. It is between LiquidSheth, the blue Zerg, in the top right position. He's up against the red Terran player Maker. That means that we do have a Zerg v Terran, or otherwise known as a TVZ. So this should be super good fun. Obviously Sheth should be well known to loads of people. Anyone who has any interest in watching StarCraft 2 will of course have come across Sheth. He's one of the Liquid guys and he is awesome. So really looking forward to this. Now obviously ZvT, what does that have in store? Well, from Sheth we will see a 15 hatch 16 pool, and he'll then make Zerglings and Banelings into Infestors, and then really try to end on Brood Lords, possibly Ultralisks. But all I know for sure is that it would definitely, without doubt, be a 15 hatch. If he doesn't do that, like seriously, I will be amazed. I will say I'm sorry to everyone watching because it is that likely it will occur. Make, on the other hand, he has different options available to him. Don't you love this? Like a race in the matchup which has options. Now, basically, you can get up 1 Rax. You can go from that 1 Rax into either a second Rax, a proxy 2 Rax. You could go for something more usual though, like a 1 Rax command center, which I personally think is the best opening Terran can do against Zerg at the moment, because it gets you an early command center which you can easily defend with a couple of Marines, and basically it means your opponent is on equal bases with you. It forces the Zerg to either do some 2 base pressure, or to try and take a 3rd base, which of course isn't too easy, and then you can harass it with Hellions and Marines and just generally have a good time. So yeah, basically 1 Rax command center, good. Full stop. That's simple. Anyway, the map, of course, I don't think I've mentioned yet, is Cloud Kingdom. It's a nice map. I really like it. I think it's a great map to play on. It's good fun. There's like these different entrances. There's the different ways across. Of course, there's these rocks as well. These are really funky. They are quite Terran favoured though, because obviously it makes a nice tight choke point for all of those Zerglings and Banelings to go through. Now, Reactor Hellions are probably going to make a show in. It'll probably be after the command center, because let's face it, a Reactor Hellion opening is no longer totally imber and is now actually just mainly for map control. And if you're lucky, you can poke and prod in. But I mean, Sheth probably will just throw down 2 Evo Chambers, a Spine Crawler, and then be like, lol, you're not coming at me, bro. But here we go. There we go with the barracks down, just moving across preemptively, ready for the double gas to come down, and then we'll see a reactor chuck down on there once the factory's been started, yada yada yada. You guys know the drill. You really should. It's really, really common Terran build. The spawning pool down there for Sheth. He'll probably get a gas sometime soon. I do like grabbing just the 1 gas for the Zergling speed. It makes it a lot easier to deal with those pesky Hellions if they should get into your base. And it also just means that you've got the map control. You can poke, you can prod, you can scout, you can have a look. You can take the ever important watchtowers. These Zelnaga towers, they are super important, guys. Anyone who's new, doesn't understand the importance, always hold them. Just have 1 Zergling at each and you'll be happy times, because you then know when a Terran player is about to come and attack you. And obviously that brings me on to the note of creep spread. Sheth, he might just stop at 2 creeps, 2 queens rather. He may get additional 1, possibly even 2 queens purely for spreading creep. On a map like Cloud Kingdom, I think 2 is a really good idea, because it does ultimately mean that you can get more consumers down ready to spread it, because I mean ultimately Cloud Kingdom is a very wide map. Now the bunker at the front here just means that essentially Maker is super safe. He does have that factory on the way down and the reactor there as well. The Zerglings, they're not going to be able to get in, to be fair. There's the bunker will just keep them out. So Sheth just poking and prodding around, getting a look out, seeing what he might or might not see. And it is going to be 4 queens, so Sheth, great there. He may even get more than that. It's not uncommon to see up to 6 queens early game. They're just really good at defense, and 4 queens will hold off Hellions so ridiculously easily, unless it's a huge overcommitment. And that gas is very late as well, so you may actually see even more queens come down. We'll wait and see. Perhaps probably staying on just the 4 is more common. 8 drones in production. Seriously, Sheth just playing like a complete machine, and we do now have... oh, this is good. Now, basically we've got the Reactor Hellions coming out, and we've also got the Starport and the Tech Lab on the barracks. That barracks is being used to power add-ons, and basically the reason Hellion Banshee is so effective is because the Hellions come up the front, and all the queens are like, hey bro, Hellions, and they're like, come out and defend this, and then suddenly there's a Hellion in the back of your base, and pow! Picking off drones, and there's nothing you can do about it other than sit there and be like, no, things are dying, I don't know where to send all my units. But seriously guys, it's really good with or without cloak. Actually, cloak is not essential by any means. You can go this with just the Banshee. So we're waiting to see if Maker goes for cloak. He is going to do so. It's debatable whether it's worthwhile or not. I personally not so sure it is. Now the hatchery coming down here at the 3rd base, that's going to be really helpful. The creep spread going really good so far, and of course because you've got 2 queens early on, you don't have to worry about building a queen for that third base because you've already got it. It's like, here's one I prepared earlier, and you just whip it out from under the table, and boom, there it is. But that creep tumor getting taken out quite annoyingly. This is where the head-ins are really just all about map control. They'll scout that third base. Maker now knows everything that he needs to know. The Banshees are coming. Of course, Cloak is coming. We do have more Hellions coming. This is just annoying times for Sheth, who's getting a lot of roaches. Now, yes, those roaches will completely annihilate the Hellions, but should those Banshee get in and really deal some damage to the drone line, Sheth could be in trouble, but at the moment he is still just ahead in terms of worker count, but when you factor Mules in, he's probably a bit behind. Getting that Baneling nest up, so you could see a large amount of Roach Baneling aggression. Of course, that very, very strong against Terran because they rely on this wall off, and if some Banelings come crashing into it, then suddenly you've got Roaches in your base and everything's dying and you just don't know what to do. But here are the Roaches, they're coming from behind. We've got a couple of Zerglings there. A couple of those Speedlings are going to get picked off, they won't manage to get a kill, but the Roaches, they're moving across the map. A lot more Zerglings in production right now. We do have the Baning nest nearing completion, but where is that Banshee? It's just sitting there. Banshee, what are you doing? Go and kill stuff. Yes, your friend is there as well. Cloak is done, but that is an awful, awful lot of Roaches and Zerglings, and you're going to need to do one hell of a good defense. And that is precisely what Maker looks like he's going to want to try and do. That bunker is getting focused down, though. It is not going to last long in the slightest. The bunker falls. That is not a good move right there. And now SCVs are dying so quickly. Yes, the Banshees are cleaning things up slowly and steadily, but there is just way too much stuff here right now, in my opinion. And if we look at the workers killed, only 3 so far, amazingly. But now the main base has been besieged. The streams of Zerglings coming across the map, and well, all of the SCVs getting pulled, and the SCVs are engaging in the fight, which is never a good move. The Banshees trying to clean up as much as they possibly can. Those Banshees really are definitely paying for themselves, but the loss of these workers is really going to hurt the game. Of course, Maker hasn't actually been mining anything this entire time, and just look at the Roaches go. They will get picked off, but they should get 2, maybe 3 more kills before then, maybe even more if Sheth micros, and Sheth behind this is droning. That is just a great move. So many players, especially lower level players, would at this stage be flooding units, trying to win flat out, but what they don't realise is you won. Effectively 60 workers to 7. Now, if I was Sheth, I know there's 2 Banshees there, I'd put down Spore Crawlers at every base. Probably just like 3 of them, because let's face it, you've killed all of your opponent's workers. This game is now over. I see literally no way the Maker could defend this, so we will wait and see if there is some miracle, if he can come back. Seriously, if Maker comes back from this now, it'd be amazing. He's at 12 to 59. Yes, Mules are amazing. Yes, there is that third orbital command, but even Mules have limits, guys. Now the Queens are going for a transfuse, goes off a second transfuse, not quite on the money, but that's fine. One Banshee falls, the second Banshee taking a lot of damage. The Queens are in the wrong position though, and well, that is a bad time. Spore Crawler nearly there. The drone's just going to go and hug that Spore Crawler and be like, guys, no. No, guys, don't go back to mining. Seriously, Chef, just hug that Spore Crawler, mate. Seriously, just go over there, hug the Spore Crawler. It'll all be fine, because you are losing so many drones right now. What is even going on here? The Queen is trying to come in. One Banshee gets taken down, but there's still one Banshee left. More Spore Crawlers being built. The Spire on its way down. Now that Spore Crawler is going to get some hits, but that was actually quite a good comeback. I'm not going to lie. He's still ridiculously behind, but Maker, he did a good job. I mean, the Hero Banshee that gets away, 25 killer Commander Banshee. That is how good it is. But anyway, we do have Mules coming down everywhere, and somehow Maker is still holding on. Chef is apparently just banking up a lot of stuff. Drone-wise, up to 72. We'll probably get a handful more drones at some point. Usually about 75 is a good mark, and usually where most Berserk players tend to stick somewhere between 70 and 80, to be honest. And here comes the Mutalisks, and there is just nothing here to defend against that many Mutalisks. There are 11 Marines on the field, but there is very shortly possibly going to be more Mutalisks than there are Marines. Chef just a bit short in terms of the gas supply. Has got that orbital command though, mass making SCVs, cooling down the Mules, but is still on 2 base. Chef now taking his 4th. And well, here come all of the Mutalisks. 6 already on the field, 3 more going to be joining them. Now take it to 9. 9 Mutas against, well, what is now nearly 20 Marines. That could actually be a bit difficult, but of course, no missile turrets here. I expect Chef to just come flying in from that angle, literally as he's doing now, and just attacking all of these SCVs. Then all of these Marines will be like, ah, shit, and all the Zerglings will come in the front. But great reactions by Maker there. But these Mutas, they're going to get a couple of kills. Not many, but they get 2 SCVs, and literally, just as I said, they will pull back. But no Zerglings there ready quite yet, just playing a bit more tentatively, and well, while the Spy Depot is down, there's a lot of Marines there and the Banshee as well, but here comes the follow-up, and Sheth realises he does not have enough stuff to deal with that right now. His 4th base is 3/4 done though, so that is all good. The Spire is there already. No sign of Hive yet, because of course the Infestation Pit isn't yet down. That is the only piece missing from this puzzle in my opinion, but Sheth, he's still over double the number of workers of his opponent, and has been for so long. He's about to be double the mining base as well, and this is one last full-on attack out of makeup. He's bringing everything, all of his SCVs, bar that one SCV. I don't know what that did to annoy him, but no, that SCV not coming for the show. Of course, no upgrades. Sheth doesn't have any upgrades either, so this is no upgrades to be no upgrades. And well, this is actually a bold move by Maker, just going for the natural base, but just looking around and stuff. The Banelings, oh, the Banelings are going to ruin this party. The Banelings are really going to ruin this party. And here we go, look at the detonations, there we go, huge big hits, and that is pretty much the win there for Sheth. And there's the GG from Maker, and that was just a fun little game, guys, so I hope you did like it. If you did, please subscribe, because I get new top level games up every single day of the week. Please leave a cool comment below, because that's just a bit of fun, and like the video, because that helps me out massively. Now, if you haven't had your fill of StarCraft, of course, flick over to my channel, because I have got hundreds upon hundreds of other casts up there for you to watch. Thank you very much, guys. I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.